from Brooklyn, New York. Boxing fans, here is Charlie White Lightning Brown. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the purple trunks with the white trim. Now he weighed in at an even 148 pounds. His professional record reads this way: 42 wins, 28 losses, 6 knockouts. The former WBC Junior Welterweight Champion from the Bronx, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Saoul Mamby. Mamby.
Push them, shake hands now. Come out boxing at the bell. Good luck.
Arthur McCanty giving the boys their directions. He's the referee tonight. The judges, Steve Weisfeld, Tony Castellano, and Chuck Hill.
Well, let me tell you
Teddy,
the first thing.
Right, let's go.
Saul Mamby is our welterweight answer to George Foreman. He just celebrated his 45th birthday in June.
Amazing. Amazing. I wonder how many miles are on those legs.
He's a guy that takes good care of himself, and his style is the style that allows him to fight till he's 45 because he's smart. He doesn't take a lot of punishment. He's a cutie. Charlie Brown is a guy that was inactive from '88 until only 4 months ago when he had a 4-round decision in North Carolina. He's been very inactive. We have to see how his legs are and how his chin is being inactive that long.
All right, Brown is 27-4 with 18 KOs. Mamby has had 76 fights. 45 years old. Former junior welterweight champion of the WBC.
Charlie Brown, when things were going real good for him, was an undefeated fighter who in 1984 fought Harry Arroyo for then the lightweight championship of the world, the IBF lightweight championship of the world. He's been very inactive, like we said, and he's stepped up a weight class since then.
Brown in the black and white.
You know what I see? Brown looks very unsteady on his legs out there. He really does. He looks stiff on his legs. It's because of his inactivity. He's very tight, and we don't know how much he has left. He looks very unsteady, like he's almost trying to test his legs, like he's not sure how they're going to act. He looks very unsure on his legs, Brown, out there. His upper body looks okay. He's letting the punches go. It's just the lower half looks very shaky, the legs. If he gets caught a good shot, I want to see how he takes it, especially early in the fight when he's not relaxed yet. You know, one of the reasons why Brown was inactive for so long is he's been in and out of rehab centers, had a long battle with alcohol and drugs, and he's been clean for a year from alcohol, for 5 years now from cocaine, and we hope that he does very well outside the ring, and he continues recovering the way that he was very candid with me, and very proud of himself that he's recovering from that.
58 seconds to go in the first round.
Of course, that abuse can take a lot out of your legs. That could be one of the reasons why his legs are unsteady, besides the inactivity. He's scoring well, though.
He is throwing well to the body.
I'll tell you something interesting, Len. This is a case where obviously the more experienced fighter is Saul Mamby. You can work against him in a 6-round fight. Guy that experience needs rounds to play games and to set you up, and you don't have the rounds in a 6-round fight, so it could work against him. Charlie Brown could just get in, out-hustle him, and get out, if his legs hold up, and if Mamby doesn't nail him something.
Brown has Mamby pinned against the ropes. In his own corner. Scoring heavily to the head.
Brown is fighting like he has in his mind that it's 6 rounds, I'm going to out-hustle this guy. I'm not going to let him use his experience, which is the right way.
Coming up, end of the round 1.
Good right hand by Brown there.
Coming in for round number 2 now.
Good advice in both corners, especially Mamby. A lot of experience in that corner. That was Don Turner talking to him, who just finished getting Larry Holmes ready for his good effort against Holyfield. Obviously, Turner works well with old fighters. He also has Lee Black in the corner, a good boxing man.
Well, as you heard Mamby's going to say, get closer to him, get closer to him.
I agree with him, and he's doing that now. They told him that he got out of hustle that round, and they got on him. They lit a little fire underneath him, and they gave him the right advice.
Let's look at the scorecards and see how they scored it. Everybody gave it a round, 10-9.
That's why Mamby's corner got on him, because he did allow Brown to out-hustle. which is the danger with an experienced guy. Usually that's an advantage to experience, but not in a 6-round fight. Not enough time to use that experience. I see a little red, or a little bit of redness over Charlie Brown's right eye, probably from Mamby's left hook. They're going to have to put an end swell, which is a cold metal piece, to keep the swelling down in Charlie Brown's corner, so that doesn't swell.
We're in the second round of a 6-round bout between Mamby and Charlie Brown.
Arthur McCanty stopping it because the lace stopped the action. Call timeout. Although I don't know if the scorekeeper stopped, the timekeeper stopped it, because I see the clock still running.
You're looking at what they're doing to the...
Yeah, lace came out of the glove, and that could go in a fighter's eye. So that he wants that either cut or tape.
No, that's no good.
That could go in a fighter's eye.
You got to cut. That's no good.
They got to put tape over that. You can't leave it that way.
Either that or cut it, which I think they're going to do.
No, tape it right around here now, because that's going to come loose. Look.
Got to put tape over.
Quick. Come loose. Here, tape right here, quick.
Put a fresh piece of tape over. That's what they there it goes.
That's the experience of Arthur McCanty. He picked that right up. It's been in so many fights.
That's it. Good. Nice and tight.
He doesn't want the fighter to be in any way in danger where that could go in his eye.
McCanty called time in. They had timeout while that was done. So nothing is lost in that respect. Mamby in the purple, Brown in the black.
And again, while he was in the corner, close to his own corner, Mamby's corner, Don Turner told him, come on, step it up a little bit. He used that moment to tell his fighter, come on, get your hands moving.
You know, the timeout might have helped Brown a little bit. Give him a chance to draw a few breaths.
It's still early in the fight. He shouldn't be, you're right, but he shouldn't be out of wind this early in the fight. He still looks tight on his legs, but he looks a little better. That round under his belt, getting past that first round, was very important for Charlie Brown. He looks a little more settled, although a little stiff still on those legs.
We're watching World Television Championships at the Supper Club in New York City. We're round 2 of a 6-round bout between Charlie Brown in black and Saoul Mamby in the purple with the white trim.
Another disadvantage to Mamby is he was expecting not to start in this tournament until the 8 rounders started, but because of the tournament, he had to go into 6 rounds. He's been hurt. Brown caught Mamby some good shots there at the end of the round. Real nice shots. That's an scoring punches. Mamby rode with those and avoided most of those. But it gave Brown the round because he was throwing, the other guy was on the defense. You can't win rounds if you're not throwing, no matter how clever you are. Brown is definitely showing his strategy is to fight this like a fast pace, like an amateur fight. He's going out there and scoring and then moving away, trying to out-hustle the more experienced Mamby. That's definitely his game plan. And it's working beautifully so far. Beautifully.
He's catching Mamby with those left hooks. Let's look at the scorecard. Brown got the second round from all 3 judges, 10-9.
Which I'm in complete agreement with. I feel that he's won both rounds. He's just thrown more punches than Mamby. And like we said earlier, the experience of Mamby is a disadvantage, not an advantage in this fight, because he usually takes rounds to settle down and pick his spots, and he doesn't have time in his fight. Brown is not allowing him to take his time.
Arthur McCanty is the referee. 155 to go. McCanty warning Brown.
Mamby, of course, is a former junior welterweight champion of the world.
Brown caught him with a beautiful right cross.
See, what Brown is doing is scoring in flows and then getting out before Mamby can do anything or tying him up, which he did there. He's fighting a real good strategic fight for a 6-round fight. This is where the 6 rounds becomes an important element of strategy.
He's not showing much respect to the former junior welterweight champ of the WBC.
Mamby might have an advantage in a 10-round fight, but not in a 6-round fight with the faster, more busier Brown.
Minute to go in the 3rd round.
waiting a little too long. Waiting a little too long. Good right hand by Brown.
Another right hand, too. That's a power punch.
See, Mamby keeps his left hand down. Maybe years ago, he would have anticipated that. At 45, he's not anticipating it and avoiding it the same way as he would have when he was younger, and did.
I got to hand it to him at 45. He's carrying that left hand low.
He steps straight back with the left low, like you said. He got caught with the right hand again. Brown has been effective with that right hand.
Brown circles and leaves him with that right.
See those fair scoring punches. That's all Brown's looking to do. Then he ties Mamby up. Another round for Brown. In my book, out of harm's way. Beating him to the punch, taking advantage of the older fighter's slower pace. Fighting a good strategic fight. Both corners told him the right thing. Brown's corner said, you're doing the right thing, keep it up, let him come to you, counter him and get out of the way. And the corner with Don Turner, Holmes' trainer, who got Holyfield ready for his fight with, got Holmes ready for the Holyfield fight. He told him, hey, you gotta win every round now. You're behind 3-0, and he's absolutely right.
Here's the scorecard again. Johnny Brown took every round.
I think that was a slip. And that's what Arthur McCanty is going to say. He's going to wipe the gloves to make sure that there's no foreign matter on the gloves that could get in other fighters' eyes. That's why they wipe the gloves. There's Mamby, the old pro, waiting. And there's Charlie Brown, the guy beating him to the punch, the younger guy.
Charlie's having a field day with that right cross over Mamby's low left.
No doubt about it.
Every time he throws it, it lands either on the chin, jaw, or the head.
It's got to be frustrating to Mamby to get hit with those clean, straight punches and not get away from what he did for so many years. That's not a trick punch. That's just a clean, cold punch. And he used to get away from that with his eyes closed.
After he, Brown, I noticed Brown, after he works Mamby over with a couple of punches, he throws his body against him and forces him back against the ropes. McKinney just warned Mamby about blowing the kidneys.
McKenzie's always on top of the action. Good score punches by Brown, and he ties Mamby up, doesn't allow Mamby to counter. Now he's back outside where he wants to be. Let Mamby come in. He's going to look to counter now, and Graham will get out of the way again. There he goes. He grabs as soon as Mamby gets in. Does not allow Mamby to be effective. He's fighting a 6-round fight. That's what he's doing. He can do this for 6 rounds, and he can win the decision.
Head down, Charlie, head down.
His corner laid a good strategic plan for him. Good right hand again, like you said. He keeps scoring that over Mamby's left hand. Mamby's just not, at this point, able to get away from that right hand. And he's waiting in front of his man. You should not wait in front of your man.
At 45, it's kind of tough to duck those shots.
You may be watching one of his last fights at this point in his career. A great fighter. Mamby's looking to catch him with one shot now. With his experience, he knows it's getting desperate, and he has to hurt Brown. He's trying to time him with a right hand over Brown's left.
5 seconds. As in the round number 4.
Charlie Brown with a lot of water in that corner. And that may be why he slipped. Corner man around 5. When I see them dumping a lot of water on a fighter, I figure they're trying to revive the fighter. The fighter may be losing it a little bit, and they're trying to keep him fresh. I like to wipe the fighter length off after I cool him down, because if the water stays in the head and he blocks a punch, the water will spray out of his head into the judges. It gives the look like he's getting hit with a big punch when he may not have.
He sprays, right.
That's right.
Head down, Charlie.
We'll take a look at the scorecard coming up. Round 1, 2 of the 3.
First round where one judge gave a winning round to Mamby.
Right.
It was a better round for Mamby. Mamby didn't press it more. And probably one judge gave it to him on the pro style that he was pressing it, and he did some effective body work. But I feel with the other two judges, that Charlie Brown was just faster and just was able to land more punches.
Well, he's all but lost the fight unless he scores a knockout, because Brown has taken 4 of the 6 rounds.
Yes, Mamby now, if he did have a strategy to do certain things, it's got to change now. He's got to look for the big shot. He's got to look to hurt now. And what that does is it leaves him more open, especially for the style Brown has been using. To counter those one shots, they're easy to counter one shots. Combinations are hard to get away from, but if the guy's throwing one shot, you can counter them, see them coming, and stay out of the way.
Got caught with a right hand coming into the face. There's that right hand to the head again. He's been really scoring effectively, Brown has, in the black trunks with that right hand on Mamby's head.
You're right.
Mamby looks like he has a mouse under the left eye.
See, the good thing about that is there's not many rounds left, so no matter what, it cannot come into too much effect. There is a mouse under his left eye,
yeah,
which is from those right hands. It's from those right hands.
That's it. Those right leads. He's going to look at it. Arthur McCann, he's okay. He says, all right.
Being that it's only a 6-round fight, the swelling won't get to be too much of a play. If there was more rounds to go by, maybe that might come into play a little more.
Well, that shows just how effectively Brown has been scoring with that right hand.
No doubt about it. Underneath that left hand. Over that left hand.
16 seconds to go in the round.
I see a cut in the swelling now. I see some blood from Mamby's left eye.
Could be.
Yeah, it looks like it's broken now. It's not just swollen, it's bleeding. They're going to have to work on that. I see Lee Black, the cut man, getting ready.
Into round number 5.
Another... shows that he's listening to his corner. He knows he needs a knockout. Right away, he went out there throwing that big right hand over the left hand of Brown. He's not trying to jab right now. He's looking to score one big shot.
Brown took the round 10-9 from all 3 judges.
Oh, looked like they might have banged heads there for a second.
So far, Brown is pitching a shutout. He's taken 5 of the 6 rounds. We're at the Supper Club in New York City. World Television Championship fights. Charlie Brown working over Saoul Mamby.
You know something, Glenn? Shot there by Mamby, but Brown took a good left hook by Mamby. See, Mamby has never been known, even when he was world champ, as a big puncher. He's a cutie. He's a guy that's smart. He knows how to do the little tricks, but now he needs to punch to pull this out, and it's not there.
76 fights, only 19 KOs. Brown has had 31 fights, but 18 KOs.
You know, Brown's legs look a little better now. The beginning, he looked so stiff, but those couple rounds after the long layoff, he got a little confidence, and his legs showed they've settled down.
That's one time Mamby turned that left shoulder into that right cross. He finally blocked it. But he's lost the fight unless he knocks Charlie Brown out, which I doubt.
It's a better round for Mamby, but it's too late. Good right hand again by Brown.
Okay, break.
Oh, that Mamby has a terrific chin. At 45 years old, it still hasn't deserved it. You might be watching the end of a great fighter's career right here.
I tell you what, that left eye is closing and he can't see those right hands as well.
No, absolutely, you're right, Len.
He's having problems. 39 seconds to go in the fight. Round 6. Mamby in purple getting a working over from Charlie Brown. Brown has taken 5 straight rounds.
Good right hand again. Good scoring by Brown. Another round so far for Brown. Time's running out on Mamby. I don't think he's going to be able to land that one punch because when he has landed, he hasn't been able to hurt Brown.
It's all over but the decision. Charlie Brown in Saoul Mamby. The sixth and final round of our fifth bout tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scoring by points as follows. Judges Chick Hill and Steve Weisfeld each score 60-54, while the legendary Tony Castellano, he watched it at 59-55 for the winner by unanimous decision, Charlie Brown.